Despite how the media reacted to the way that meeting in the Oval Office ended, there is broad support for Donald Trump's position on Ukraine. Even the British ambassador to the U.S., his name is Peter Mandelson, said Zelensky should back Trump's initiative, number 9.
You just heard Secretary Rubio there. Your response?
My response is that we need a very radical reset, as you say in the caption behind you. And the reset has to consist of the United States and Ukraine getting back on the same page, and President Zelensky giving his unequivocal backing to the initiative that President Trump is taking to end the war and to bring a just and lasting peace to Ukraine. And the Europeans, George, too, they need to back the calls for a ceasefire. And by the way, I think that Ukraine should be the first to commit to a ceasefire and defy the Russians to follow. And then as part of the unfolding plan for this negotiation, the Europeans and perhaps some other countries too have got to consider how they are going to put forces on the ground to play their part in providing enduring security and deterrence for Ukraine. Now, that's the reset that we are looking for. That's what the British Prime Minister is working for in his meeting in London today.
Epoch Times conducted a poll of 18,800 readers. This is a couple of days before the exchange between Trump and Zelensky in the Oval Office. 81% approve of Donald Trump's handling of foreign policy, 64% strongly. That's quite a bit of support. And Trump's handling of peace talks with Putin, 76% approval, 54% strongly approving. Trump's push to rebuild U.S.-Russia relations, 77% approval, 52% strong approval. Trump's outreach to Russia, only 10% view Russia as the greatest global threat, far behind China at 75%, and behind Iran at 15%. This was even on CNN, number 12.
Holy Toledo, look at this trend line here. U.S. support for Ukraine is too much. Back when the war began, back in February of 2022, it was just 7%. Up like a rocket ship, my goodness. Up now in February of 2025 to 41%. And the clear majority of Republicans, and of course Republicans are in charge of the U.S. government now, 62% of Republicans say that the U.S. support for Ukraine is too much. What a difference from just 3 years ago. I can remember, John, all those backyards in the United States with those Ukrainian flags. Far fewer of them today, as Americans' opinions on Ukraine have changed dramatically.
What about opinions of the Ukrainian president?
Right. You know, obviously, if you would expect changes amongst the public on feelings towards Ukraine, feelings towards Zelensky have changed also dramatically. Look at this. Confident Zelensky will do the right thing when it comes to world affairs. Back in 2022, it was the clear majority, 72% through the floor. Through the floor by 2024, just 48% of Americans say that they're confident that Zelensky will do the right thing when it comes to world affairs. And GOP confidence has also plummeted dramatically. Now the clear majority of Republicans are not confident that Zelensky will do the right thing when it comes to world affairs. Really a real trend line, ones you rarely see in the American public when it comes to Ukraine and Zelensky. Confidence in both going down through the grade.
Now, before Zelensky met with President Trump, he met with a bunch of Democrats, including people like Chris Murphy, a Trump hater from Connecticut. And they told Zelensky, don't take the minerals deal. You have insufficient security guarantees. Don't take it.
For full shows, live and on demand, it's Salem News Channel.